Hi, this is DOSBox Mom, and welcome back to Let's Play Pool of Radiance. We're just outside the Lizardman Keep, and we're about to head over to the Kobold Caves, which it sounds like we should go about 5 spaces to the west and maybe about 7 spaces south. So, let's start moving that way. 1. You're surprised by a group of giant lizards. Can we parley? Of course not. Okay. Yeah, I think the last time we had a wilderness encounter, it was against some sturges. Okay, so they're really not that far. Okay. So, there we go. Not that many hit points to each giant lizard. As far as I know, they don't have any particularly nasty attacks. It just, they're in the way. Let's see if we can, yeah, there should be a whole concentration of them, so this might be a good one to try our fireball on. Okay, that's too far away. Now, actually, that's going to be far enough away for a fireball in this case. Because the range is shorter. Of course, we do have to worry about line of sight. Okay, there we go. Okay, we'll try there. Yeah, if this were indoors, it would cover a much larger area, but fireballs outdoors have about the same area of effect as a ice storm spell, which if you've only played this game you wouldn't know about yet, because that's a 4th level spell. Now this is a good one for lightning bolt, because those lizards are in a row right behind each other. Of course, there's only the 2 of them. It's just, yeah, just that one. Basically just moving Elro here. forward more or less toward where that last giant lizard is. And of course, since we blew off some of our spells in this battle, we are going to have to rememorize them before we get to the kobold caves. Let's make sure. Okay, she does still have line of sight to the last lizard. Yeah, the emerald brooch is what we bought with all those low value coins and excess arms and armor from the nomad camp, and especially from Urash's pyramid. It's a lot more portable than carrying all that other stuff was. And I think that's all of them. Okay. Okay, nobody was injured. It's in camp. And save. And we are going to have to rememorize the spells that we used. Okay. Good. And we'll save that. And perhaps we can get a little bit closer to the kobold caves now. We went one space west, so we need to go about another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then south about 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A screaming horde of kobolds attacks the party. Well, you can tell we're close if we're getting attacked by screaming hordes of kobolds. Yeah, way down there. Bunch of them. Remember, in the Norma camp, all the kobolds had bows without distinguishing any of them as kobold leaders. This time it might just be the leaders who have bows. Now, once we get into the kobold caves, we'll want to have Gimli unequip anything he's using that a thief normally wouldn't be allowed to use, because there are traps and he can detect them best if he's acting like a thief. Okay. And of course, Elro here already has his bow equipped from when we were fighting the giant lizards. I would like to specifically take out the kobold leaders first. Okay, let's... There we go. Oh, wait a minute. Wrong button. There we go. Yeah. Continuing to pick off kobold leaders. Okay. There we go. And got the news on TV. An attractive young lady who is musically expressing her support for one of the national political candidates. There we go. And we probably didn't absolutely have to cast Fireball. We could just brush people up and sweep the kobolds with our fighters, but this does save a little bit of time. And if I remember the caves right, there will be a place where we can save inside one of the caves. Oh, excuse me. Had a busy evening. Ah, the kobolds are already surrendering. So it shouldn't be much longer. Yeah. Oh, there's a couple left. Oh. Yep, that was the last one. Yeah, not a whole lot of experience. Money's mostly that cheap copper junk. Okay, items. Not a whole lot. Now we actually should be very close to the kobold cave. So there we go. You see a small group of kobolds entering a small concealed cave. A larger, more noticeable cave lies just east of the small hidden cave. Which cave will you enter? I think I would like to start with the larger cave because we will be able to rest there. Do you want to leave? No. So it should be safe to rest just inside the entrance here. At least for now. All right. Yeah, see, that went okay. Now you might be wondering what could be living in a larger cave. We'll find out. Certainly the kobolds don't need the larger cave for themselves. I'm sure they wouldn't turn up their little kobold noses or snouts or whatever at a nice large cave if they had it, but there's a reason why they don't live here. Before you lies a huge wyvern. It rises up and charges. Now this is why we saved. Yeah, it's a different icon from the wyverns in Dracondros' tower in Curse of the Azure Bonds, but I'm sure it's going to be nasty just the same. Let's try Stinking Cloud, maybe. Okay, let's switch to a two-handed weapon, because I think that would be very useful in this situation. Let's hope to goodness the wyvern doesn't poison us with his attacks. Okay, good job, Gimli. Okay. Guess Teresa must have made her saving throw. Let's try a healing spell. And there's no treasure here, but that doesn't mean there isn't treasure at all. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay, I guess we didn't need that other healing spell. Okay. Let's go a little ways further. Amongst a nest of logs, you find some treasure. So this is the wyvern's nest. And there's probably some stuff from previous victims that's there. Oh, yeah, 1.5 tons of silver and gold. Let's take a look at the items. A glaive and a splint mail. I think I kind of sort of know what a glaive is because I've read of them being used in fiction. It's basically a kind of pole arm. Okay. Okay, the split mail is very cool, but I don't know what the plus is. Let's have everybody switch to their one-handed weapon so I can compare armor classes on an even basis. Okay, it's okay already. Okay, and then we'll just share the coins. Oh, this is one more thing we want to investigate in these caves. Okay, let's look. Hidden in a narrow crevice is an old crippled kobold. It croaks weakly for water. What do? Oh, let's give him some water. When you give it water, it crawls out and tells you its tale. You record it in your journal under entry 20, which we are flipping to now. Told in a pained voice. We just got the cut through to the beastie's lair when I injured my leg. King decided there wasn't much use for me anymore. Made me a proposition, though. Said if I went into the lair and brought out the treasure, he'd feed me till I stopped breathing. Best deal I had, so they tossed me down here. Not being a fool, I fit out for the deepest hidey hole. Thankfully, the beastie was asleep. I still move real quiet when I must. Anyway, if there hasn't been much of an alarm, then Drunkenford must be on watch at the rock. He's a king's son, so he ain't here with me. Worthless sot. If he's there, he's got less brains than a fermented rat. Just act officious, he'll take you to the king. Wouldn't mind hearing of that tyrant's demise. You seem just the types to do it, too. Of course, we might not necessarily want to have Ferd take us directly to the king, because there's someone we might find in the small cave that can help us in the battle against the Kobold King. But we'll have to deal with that in the next episode. So we will see you then.